Lee Van Cleef, Best of the Bad. Written by Michael G. Mcglasson. Foreword by Mike Malloy. And narrated by Jenny Holmer. Foreword. A good guy, after all. Anti-hero. This word gets thrown around a lot when describing the protagonist occupying the cruel, ruthless world of the Italian-made spaghetti westerns of the 1960s and 1970s. Where the only difference between the alleged good guys and the extreme bad guys is that the former limits their killings to the latter. So naturally, anti-hero is usually the label bestowed upon the spaghetti western roles of Lee Van Cleef, who was easily one of the genre's biggest and most iconic stars. But why then did I become such a Van Cleef diehard? Even to the point of becoming his first published biographer during my teen years. After all, I was raised with such a strong sense of right and wrong that even as late as adolescence, I could barely understand the motivations of a protagonist who wasn't always wearing a spotless white hat. Maybe then, Van Cleef's spaghetti roles are deceptively heroic, or at least they end up that way. Take for instance his first Italian western, Sergio Leone's For a Few Dollars More, 1965. In this career-transforming role, Van Cleef plays Colonel Douglas Mortimer, a bounty hunter, generally a cinematic profession ripe for anti-heroism, who seems intent on greedily collecting the rewards on the heads of a vicious gang of outlaws, even aiding in law-breaking to do so. Teamed up with Manco, a younger bounty hunter played by Clint Eastwood, Mortimer eventually abandons the idea of collecting the rewards, and focuses instead on bringing his sister's killer to justice, while letting all the reward money go to his younger partner. This trajectory of a Van Cleef character evolving into a hero right before our eyes, that is, at some point during the film's running time, became a formula that was used in most of his best spaghettis, except for his villainous turns in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly and Day of Anger. This deceptive and ultimately heroic characterization was used most purely in Death Rides a Horse, 1967. Any review of this film will tell you that Van Cleef's character is a former bandit, seeking payoffs from his erstwhile gang members for wrongfully pinning a crime on him. Oh sure, this is an adequate description of the character as the film begins. Though as the story progresses, he becomes increasingly sympathetic, even paternal, towards a young man who's been trailing the same gang for murdering his family. In the end,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?